Panic has just begun shipping the Playdate, its unusual new gaming handheld. Part of the Playdate's appeal is its quirky hardware, in an era where new handheld shave glorious OLED screens are powerful enough to play your library of Steam games. The Playdate is a tiny device that has a crank and can only display games in black and white. But the Playdate is also interesting because of its season release model for games. Everyone who purchases a Playdate will get access to a full season of 24 games, though you won't be able to play all of them right away. Instead, you'll get 2 games when you first set up the device, and after that, Panic will send you 2 new games on Mondays in an almost TV show-like release cadence. I think I would want to take my time with each of them. We've been excited about the idea of the delivery over time because getting 24 games at once on a device for me personally, I would bet would be sort of overwhelming. Greg Maletic, director of special projects at Panic, told me in an interview. I think I would want to take my time with each of them. And the delivery over time kind of enforces that. It's an intriguing idea. Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo all offer their own collections of games via their subscription services, but the sheer volume of titles available can make deciding to play and stick with any one game a formidable task. It's akin to being paralyzed when trying to find something to watch in Netflix. And I've just come to accept that I'll never catch up on my backlog of purchased games that I've never finished, or, in some cases, even started. Panic's approach, in contrast, means you'll be getting 2 games every week for about 3 months no matter when you buy a Playdate, so you'll have a more limited selection to start with even if you're getting a Playdate months after release. Panic isn't sure how people will respond to the staggered releases though. Do people like that, or do they find that kind of annoying? We actually don't really know yet, Maletic said. The original intention was to release a fully synchronized season for every owner, Panic said on its website. But to make that work, Panic would somehow have to ensure that a whole lot of people could all get their Playdates at the same time, which would prove challenging given things like the global chip shortage, which has already affected the Playdate. Related Playdate review. All it's cranked up to be. Panic is also working on an app called Catalog, where you'll be able to browse games right on Playdate, which could be a useful way to find new non-season games. It's going to be a curated selection of games that we like, that we've written, that we've commissioned, just found, Maletic said. We want to make them visible to the Playdate audience. He noted that developers won't need to be in the catalog to sell Playdate games. There are a handful of titles available right now on itch.io, for example. But with Catalog, we wanted to be able to surface the games that we really wanted people to pay attention to. Maletic said Catalog will be, hopefully, coming out soon. In the meantime, you can sideload games, which could be important for the device's future. If Panic never makes a second season or if Catalog doesn't prove to be a success, sideloading means you can download or buy games from other places even if Panic hasn't explicitly approved or curated them. Given the experimental nature of the release schedule, Panic isn't committing to a second season just yet. But certainly, if people like it, then we will absolutely try and make it happen, Maletic said. Panic has come under some criticism for not shipping Playdates to Malaysia, where the devices are manufactured. Maletic explained why Panic currently isn't shipping there and what the company is doing to try and change that. There are some special challenges in Malaysia, Maletic said. We would have just opened up Malaysia as one of the countries we initially launched to. But the problem is, with the shipping fees and duties, I think it would have been something like $80 per unit, which would have been by far the most expensive shipping costs for any of the countries that we're sending to. We just didn't feel good about charging that much extra. So we started looking at solutions for actually distributing inside the country. We've had a couple of initial efforts at that. Nothing has panned out yet, but we're committed to making that work. Panic also has a note on its support website about why it can't ship to Malaysia. For tax reasons, our factory is unable to ship Playdate units directly to customers in Malaysia, which would have been super convenient, the company says. And shipping them all the way to our warehouse in California, then all the way back to Malaysia would be ridiculously expensive for the customer. But we haven't given up. We're continuing to investigate some new ideas on this front. If you are in Malaysia and are interested in getting a Playdate, Panic links to a survey on their support page that you can fill out.